but I'm sure he's up there watching. And being a junior tournament, he can't miss this. Because for him, grassroots was where tennis began. And grassroots meant coming to the junior level. There are very few who will ever get to that sort of level as a coach, as a person, as a family man, and as a human being. So today, ladies and gentlemen, is all about a legend named Akhtar Ali. We've got a lot of celebrities with us, and I'd like to start by calling up someone who you knew was going to make it. I'm sure his father knew he was going to make it. And if he hadn't, he would have been very disappointed. Zeeshan had a lot of pressure on him from the time he came into tennis, because he was stepping into very, very big shoes. But he stepped into them with great aplomb. He took to it like a fish to water, and Zeeshan carried on that legacy on the Indian circuit. Before I call him, I'd just like to express our sincere thanks to the BTA, to Hiranmoy Chatterjee for being here. And he just told me, he said that while Akhtar was still alive, the one thing he wanted more than anything else was to host a tournament here at the BTA. And today, that wish has come true.
Words very close to our heart. And being his son, no matter how much we praise him or talk about him, it's never going to be enough. We as a family wanted to carry this legacy forward, something that was very close to him, something that he was very passionate about. And as Cyrus mentioned, the grassroots level tennis is what he was always looking out for young kids coming up. It didn't matter what background they were from, it didn't matter what their social standing was. As long as the boy had talent, as long as the player was willing to work hard, my dad was always there to support him. And as we know, over the years, there have been many, many tennis players who've come out of India. Some have made it big, lots of them who haven't, but are still associated with the sport today in different parts of the world. And till today, every time that I meet them, they all have words full of praise for my dad and how much he encouraged them and how much he pushed them. And they all thank him for, wherever they are. So, as far as I was concerned, yes, taking a fish to water as far as tennis is concerned, yes. But tennis is not my first passion. When I started playing, I was more interested in cricket than in tennis. But instead of pushing me into the sport, I remember when I was 14 years old and he was working with Vijay at Wimbledon that year, he just asked me, he said that would you want to go and see Wimbledon this year? And for a 14-year-old kid coming out of Calcutta at that point in time, when I remember we would watch Wimbledon only on Doordarshan, and if we were lucky we would see the semi-finals or the finals because there was not enough transmission of the event. For me it was an amazing experience, and I went to Wimbledon. I remember a week before Wimbledon when Vijay was practicing with guys like McEnroe, with Bjorn Borg and Vitas Gerulaitis and all of these guys, and I was picking up the tennis balls for them. And I saw the kind of lifestyle that these guys led. This was, coming out of Calcutta and then going to London and seeing the amount of people that were there cheering these guys on, and the admiration and everything that these guys had. When I came back, I kept away my cricket bat and I said tennis is what I wanted to do. So indirectly pushing me into the sport without really pushing me into the sport is a sign of a true tennis coach. We have a lot of parents now. I'm coaching now. I have my own academy in Delhi, and I've been the coach of the Indian Davis Cup team for over 12 years. And played the Olympics and won the Asian Games gold medal and all that. But I see a lot of parents now that are pushing their kids into doing something that they don't want to do. I mean, tennis being one of the things. The sign of a good coach is that they can encourage a player, they can push a player without really making it very obvious. And in the bargain, making them enjoy the sport. And I think that's one thing that my dad really did. And he made tennis enjoyable for me, even though there was a lot of pressure to perform and everything. But I enjoyed playing tennis, so much so that even today, I'm happiest when I'm on the tennis court. And that's something that I would like to, give credit to my father for making the sport enjoyable. Because to me, and that's what I keep telling all the kids that I coach, is that unless you're not enjoying what you're doing, there's no point in doing it. So I want to thank the PTA. Of course, it's been many years since I've been back here, but it's really happy to see that a facility like this is there in our city. Everything that a junior tennis player needs to come up and become a top-class tennis player is right here. I know Dad always wanted to have a tournament over here, and I'm so glad that when we did decide to have a tournament in his name, we decided to have it here. And I'd like to thank the BTA for that and to give us the support and to be with my dad in us holding this tournament. Of course, I also want to thank all the sponsors that have come forward to support us in this cause, because a lot of times without their support, having an event is very, very difficult. As we know, we don't live in a country where we get too much support from the federation or the government, but having local sponsors come in is a huge thing. And of course, I want to thank my sister Nilofer for doing everything that I should have been doing, but I don't live here, so full credit to her and the entire family for doing this event, and all the best to all the participants this week, and I look forward to a great week of tennis tournament. Thank you.
I'm not a ranked tennis player or anything like that. It's just that I'm at the moment 80 years old and I keep playing tennis 3 times a week with passion. That's my only thing. Probably Akhtar liked this in me and he used to encourage that. We were on the same age, and in South Club he used to tell me about his leisure tennis after he had retired from his glorious days, and he was coaching there, and I used to go and sometimes see his coaching, and we used to share some words and conversation. So he used to tell me during our South Club playing days that Ranjit, fix us a doubles after my few strokes with my students here. I'll come and play with you. I used to fix up those games, and we used to have a great time. Thereafter we used to sit down, have tea, and so I am happy that I came to know him after the professional days and in days when he was much at leisure. And we used to also meet in Saturday Club when he used to coach his grandson there, and we used to have some dosa.
But twist your back, do this, and simple things like watch the ball, bend the knees. He said, don't make tennis complicated, keep tennis simple. And I think that was one of the greatest qualities of Akhtar Ali साहब. मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि अल्लाह ताला ने उनको जन्नत में पनाह दी है, क्योंकि ये उन्हीं का स्थान बनता है. So just for the sake of everyone who has come, and especially for people who are covering the event, especially the press, I just brought a 1-minute note which I like to read out, because if you speak extempore, you tend to get swayed away and you don't know where to stop. So today let's talk about that legend, talk and also listen about one of India's greatest tennis players and coaches who made Calcutta proud on the world stage. Born in 1939, Akhtar Ali picked up a racket as a teenager and never looked back. He won the Junior National Championship at just 16 and went on to represent India in the Davis Cup between 1958 and 1964, playing against some of the finest teams in the world at that time. But his true greatness came after his playing days were over, when he turned into one of India's most respected tennis coaches. He coached a golden generation of players, as already mentioned: Vijay Amritraj, Ramesh Krishnan, Leander Paes, and of course his own very talented son, Zishan.
It's nice to be here, and especially for a person like Akhtar. In his memory, we are all here. There's so many good things to talk about this man, but the best part is his humor. He was hilarious all the time. I wouldn't like to make my speech very long, but I'll just share a small episode that me and Papu had together with Akhtar. Akhtar felt sick and was admitted in AMRI. So me and Papu, we went there anxious, how is he keeping and all that, to find out. So when we walk in, he's booked a suite. When we walk in, he's walking around. And the nurses, doctors are also walking around. So me and Papu, we thought, what's happening? So we went and asked him, how are you? He said, I'm fine. And then we were inquiring about his health. And he started saying, अरे यार इतना पैसा खर्चा करके यहाँ भर्ती हुआ है, ये लोग ब्यूटीफुल नर्स नहीं रखा. So I said, is this man sick or he wants to go out? So that's what Akhtar was to us. And let me tell you, more than his tennis, he definitely dedicated his life to tennis. But apart from that, anytime you sit with Akhtar and the old memories he brings up about Ramanathan Krishnan, Rod Laver, Vijay, and all the people he traveled with, it's amazing. He was a sweetheart to all of us, and I hope wherever he is, he stays fine. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being here. It really means a lot to us, the whole family and all the participants who will be playing here from tomorrow onwards. So I've written a small speech which I would like to just narrate over here. It's truly an emotional moment for me to stand here today at the Bengal Tennis Association. My grandfather, Mr. Akhtar Ali, dedicated his entire life to Indian tennis. And this tournament was his dream. To see Indian young players get the platform and the encouragement they truly deserve. So the Akhtar Ali Foundation was born from that very vision. And today, seeing it come alive fills both my sister Mariam and me with immense pride and gratitude. Mariam, where are you? Yeah. The whole family and the whole team has worked tirelessly to make this event possible. And it wouldn't have happened without the incredible support of obviously my father and our sponsors, which are India Power, I Can Fly Tea Coffee, Modern Safety Glass, Yonex Sunrise, Gridiron, Nilufar Javed, Sugar Baby Dessert Co. and Bagan Farm. Thank you for believing in us and in Indian tennis.